is poppin', yo? Welcome back to another another review type video. I don't really know what to call this because we've never done one of these before, but it is a comic review instead of a comic reading because this is a webtoon comic called The School Bus Graveyard. There is a season 1 and a season 2 to it. Season 2 isn't fully out yet, but I am working on reading it, so I will fully react to it, fully do a review to it once it's all out. However, I don't know if you guys would want me to read this, especially with it all being online. But if you do want me to read it after seeing this review, please do let me know in the comments below, and I'll get on reading it as fast as possible for you. Just give me a couple of days, because it will give. I'll have to try and work out a way to do it. So I'll try my hardest. I think I have a way to do it, but I'd rather just review it than do that. So how this actually starts is Ashlyn is a loner in high school with no friends, but when a fateful visit to the haunted house causes her and her classmates to see monsters at night, she'll be forced to forge bonds to survive. So how the story actually starts is Ashlyn is our main character and she's getting on a bus to go to school. She has a slight hearing problem, which sort of makes everything 10 times louder and she can hear phantom noises. She then gets sort of pressured by her classmates. They're not really friends, but to go on this trip because a new bunch of kids moved in next door. It is a dude and his cousin. His cousin is mute, but he talks enough for the both of them. And they are called Aiden and Ben. They go to school, they meet Tyler and Taylor, who are the sports duo, the twins, and they very much cause trouble, with Tyler being on the baseball team and Taylor being in the mechanic club. They then also see Logan, who is a stereotypical book nerd, and that's our crew. They get put together for a class project by their teacher, and they get told that they have an optional field trip. So they go on the field trip, they go into this weed house, which is what it's called in the actual show, and they actually see a demon in there. Tyler thinks it's a prank and brushes it off, and when they actually go back to the room, every single one of them, at 12 a.m., are stuck in this realm for 7 hours with all these demons, and they have to fight for their life. After the 7 hours is up, they wake up back in their beds and have a lot of nausea. They keep throwing up, they throw up for the next couple of days, and every night after that fateful night, for the next 7 hours, they were stuck in this realm with phantoms, and there is a couple of rules to this realm, where if you move something in the phantom realm, it won't move in the real one, and if you move something in the real one, it will move in the phantom one. However, if you interact with it in the phantom realm, you can no longer move that item in the real realm for it to reflect in the phantom one. Hopefully that all makes sense. Injuries that are sustained in the phantom realm do not come back to the real world. You'll feel a faint sting, but they won't be too dire. And stuff that happens in the phantom realm don't pass over. Well, stuff that happens to the real realm does pass over to the phantom realm as well, I do believe. I think I got all the rules, and they spend the next couple of nights fortifying the school bus graveyard behind her house, and they have been doing this for 2 months, and they're struggling, but they've become quite good friends and basically forged a load of bonds. They decided that they need to go back to the place that started this to stop it, and they decide to get her dad's Jeep. And they manage it, they struggle a little bit and fight a load of phantoms to get the Jeep, but they finally get the Jeep and they plan to go a couple of days later. I do believe it spans over a year, they make this plan, and to sort of see if anything changes and to prepare themselves, taking training lessons from her parents as they were in the military, and going out and having fun. They then have a barbecue, and they basically try and in these 7 hours go to go all the way to wherever, Savannah I think it is, in this nightmare realm. However, they get so far that it turns to rocky rubble, and this giant monster that they've never faced before actually appears, so it's a threat they were unprepared for. They then try and drive back, however Tyler falls off a cliff, and gets impaled by a tree. Ashley won't turn around to save him, and that is where it ends. It ends with them all waking up and screaming at Tyler. That is it. That's where it ends. That is seriously where it ends. And that shocked me. I did not expect them to kill off a character so quickly. I absolutely adore this concept, and I love how they explain the rules in this sort of storyboard session. They have a whiteboard in the Phantom Realm, in the Phantom 7 Hours, and they were writing the rules on this board to teach the viewers what could and couldn't happen and what the rules were. So it was definitely telling us the rules instead of show don't tell, but they did it in such a creative way that you can forgive them for it. The art style is so unique as well, and the phantoms are so creepy looking and eerie looking. It may be a webtoon, but there is a little bit of music that plays in the background in some episodes, and it is just so good. And I know some webtoons that have been turned into proper anime and TV shows, so I genuinely hope that this does get picked up. I got actually recommended this on TikTok, so I started reading it. I saw too many TikToks to ignore, and I absolutely adore this. There is going to be Lego Customs coming soon, so do stay tuned for that. But it is such a good comic. I do recommend you go read it. It is a 10 out of 10 comic, and it has got me hooked. I have been staying up till 3 a.m. every night reading this damn thing, so I've definitely passed season 1, but I'm getting the season 1 review out and I'm waiting for season 2 to finish. There is a free episode every week, so you can keep up with it weekly, which is so exciting and so cool. And I think the character designs are so cool as well. They're all so unique and they match their personalities so well, especially with Ben being the strong, silent type who's shy, but he is big and he is strong when he needs to be. Obviously, Logan's a stereotypical nerd, but he is a sharpshooter as well. And then we have the psycho himself, Aiden, who's honestly so cool and one of my favorites. Him and Tyler are my favorites. I like their dynamic, and they're not supposed to be friends, so seeing their bonds develop and grow over the course of the series is awesome and so encapsulating. Like seeing them all talk to each other and how they started off and how they are now at the end of the series or end of season 1 anyway is just so cool because they now start to care, they respect each other, they're constantly sort of at each other's throats at the start, and now that they've been here dealing with this for a year, they've sort of get used to each other, sort of comfortable around each other, and they're starting to trust each other with their secrets, and so they know how to sort of handle situations and how their strengths and weaknesses are. It is so cool, and just the aspect of this phantom realm and all the rules about it, I really love. It's so unique, and I haven't seen anything else like this. I've seen like Sword Out Online where die in the game, die in real life, but this isn't like that. It's die in the other realm, you die in real life, but time stops, the sky goes red, and there's these demons that are everywhere. So it's sort of zombie apocalypse type, but also it only lasts 7 hours. So you have 7 hours to survive the night, and it is very threatening because of how many of these creatures there are, and there is so much that they still don't know with them going to try and get to Savannah and them not actually being able to get there because this whole sort of world changes and it goes into this sort of like rocky area. I would like to learn more about that and why this realm has done that, but there is a sort of limit to how far they can go with their bodies not following them or starting to move with them. Because when they were in Savannah, they all were together in the hotel, but when they were back in their sort of hometown, they all woke up back in their beds. However, every other time they woke up where they left off. So it seems like when one realm starts, the other one stops, and vice versa. Because when they wake up, it is like 12:01, I believe. They are like passed out for a minute, I do believe. But seeing Tyler get impaled by a tree, I genuinely did not expect that. I did not expect them to kill off one of their characters, and especially not my favorite. I was very upset that they killed him off. There was no sort of like trope where they go into his backstory and talk about him and be like all of his sort of key features or how heroic he is. He just fell out the car and got impaled. I genuinely wasn't expecting it. I'm so glad that I didn't get spoiled on TikTok because literally after I finished reading that, I sort of stopped for the night and I went on to TikTok and I literally saw 3 TikToks back to back of him being impaled. So I'm so glad that that bit didn't get spoiled for me because it's such a great part, such a sort of interesting story mechanic, which I genuinely didn't expect because none of them know he's dead until they get out. And even when they do get out, how are they gonna like how is his body gonna react? How is he going to sort of survive? Or if he does survive, how is he going to sort of continue? And they I'm very upset. Like I kind of want them to keep him dead because then it sort of has lasting effects and there is repercussions to the characters and it does add a whole new level of threat that your main characters can die. So I would like them to do that, but I don't think they will. I think that they'll bring him back somehow. I don't know how, but I feel like I don't believe they're going to take that much of a risk and kill off one of their main characters, which I kind of wish they would, but I don't think they will. Again, that is the end of my review. I'm not going to spoil about it. I'm not going to spoil it all. I'm not going to talk about it all. Again, if you do want me to read this, I do read comics here on the channel. And if you want me to read this one, do let me know in the comments below. And if it has a high enough demand, I will read it and get it out for you in the next couple of days. But other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this YouTube video. I'll see you all next one. Hope you all have an excellent day. And it's a 10 out of 10. You don't even need to ask what the rating is. It's a straight 10 out of 10. If you want more content from me, there's plenty of playlists on the channel, or you can check the link in the description if you want a little bit more Tyler Price in your life to check out all my other social medias, which is TikTok, Instagram, Twitch, Cameo, all the stuff like that. But other than that, definitely go check out this webtoon. It is incredible. All right, bye bye.